Good morning, students. Welcome back to ICT class. This is our 17th video session, and the previous class we have discussed about two programs using eval and input function. One is how to find area of a rectangle by using that eval and input function, and also activity 4.4 in your textbook. Let's combine the string. So in that we have to enter a school name, for example Don Bosco. So our output will be you are a student of Don Bosco school. So these are the two programs which we have done in our previous class, and in today's session we are moving to two different programs. One is sum of angles of a polygon. In your textbook, page number 50, activity 4.5, how to find sum total of angles in a polygon. So that in the same manner we are using the function called, one is eval function in order to evaluate, in order to do that mathematical operation we are using eval function, and next we are using same input function. Input for what? To enter a number or to enter something, we are using input function. So by using this two function we are going to find out the sum of angles of a polygon by writing the program instruction, and computer will does the operation using the equation called how to find sum total of angles of a polygon when we are entering number of side. The equation is S equal to n minus 2 into 180. So we will specify the corresponding equation in our program, and based on this equation computer will perform the operation. So we'll get the answer. So let's start with that activity. Activity 4.6 in your textbook, how to find sum total of angles of a polygon. So let's do that activity, okay?
So the program which I am going to do is activity 4.5 in your textbook, use of mathematical exercise. Though you can see a program that gives the sum total of the angles of a polygon if the sides of a polygon are given. Okay, so suppose assigning the name of polygon in variable a and number of sides in variable n. Okay, from this two variable, this one variable number of sides, we can find out the sum total of angles in polygon. So here first line is input of enter the name of polygon, enter the name of polygon. So I am not using this eval function here. Why? Because based on that name of polygon, for example based on that name rectangle, triangle, pentagon, we are not going to make any mathematical operation according to that word. That's why I am not giving here eval function. Eval function is used only if we are using that particular value for any mathematical operation, then only we need to specify the eval function. Otherwise here I am entering a word triangle, rectangle, so that we can only use this function input function in order for entering. According to that value or that word we are not doing any mathematical operation. So ignore that eval function here. That corresponding word gets stored in variable a, which means that name of polygon gets stored in a. Next statement is n equal to eval of input of enter the number of side. So based on that number of side we are entering here, get evaluated. For that finding sum, so we have used here eval function. After that specify the equation sum or s equal to any variable. You can type here sum, no problem. S equal to, specify it in bracket n minus 2, then close the bracket, into star 180. This is the corresponding equation for finding sum total for the angles of angles in a polygon. So here n minus 2, what means n? In our variable n we are storing number of side. Okay, so that side will get calculated here. That's why we are using eval function. So here specify the variable n minus 2, then close bracket, then into 180. So subtraction must be given in brackets. After that it's a simple calculation. You are studying in these things in mathematics. So specify star for multiplication into 180. Next step is printing that statement. Print In double quotes, specify the sentence sum of angles of, then I am doing closing this double quotes and comma, then I am specifying A, then again I am putting double quotes, then I am giving is, close double quote. I'll explain how it works. Again put a comma, then specify S. Okay, then close the bracket. Now I am going to run the module. I'll explain how it works. So that in the answer column, in the result column, they will ask us to enter the name of polygon. So I am giving rectangle as the name of polygon. I am entering rectangle. Press enter key in your keyboard. So they will ask enter the number of side. This corresponding statement, enter the number of side. So I am giving 4. Then if you press enter, you will get the answer. Sum of the angles of rectangle is 360. How it works? Now I am going to explain that line, how this corresponding statement works. So here you can see in print statement, sum of angles of, isn't it? So that much sentence you can see here, sum of angles of. Then after that I have closed the double quote, separate it by using comma. Always whenever if you are specifying a corresponding variable, here A, S are all variables. So specifying the variable, don't give in double quotes and separate it using a comma. Okay, so sum of angles of, that much line you can see here. Then I have given the variable A. In our variable A, what thing gets stored? Name of polygon. Okay, whatever name we are entering here, I have entered here rectangle. So that corresponding rectangle word gets stored in variable A. So if you are specifying that variable in the print statement, instead of displaying that variable A, what will be the result? Rectangle, because that rectangle got stored in the variable A. So specify the variable here. Instead of that variable, we can see the corresponding value, which means rectangle. Again, I have specified one string in double quotes is. So whatever things we are giving inside double quote will get displayed as like that, is. Here you can see is. Then what happened next? I have separated by using a comma. After closing double quote, or whenever you are specifying a variable, always put a comma. Comma S. What thing gets stored in S? A result or a calculation, n minus 2 into 180. N we have entered here 4. So here 4 minus 2 into 180. The answer will be 4 minus 2, 2. 2 into 180, 360 gets stored in the variable S. So if you are specifying that corresponding variable in the print statement S, instead of displaying that variable S, what will be the answer? 360, our corresponding calculation. So the calculation part will be done by the computer based on our instruction. Our duty is to specify the instruction. Based on our variables and instruction, computer will automatically calculate the calculation. So for calculation, we need the number of side. That's why we have specified eval function here. But based on that word rectangle, no calculation is going to happen. No mathematical operation has happened. So that don't want to specify eval function. So instead of typing here rectangle, if you type here rectangle, what will happen? We will enter a particular value. I will show how it works. For example, I am entering here of rectangle. Of rectangle is. I am specifying like this. So what will be your answer? If you run module, if you click on run module, they will ask enter the name of polygon. So I am entering here pentagon. Then they will ask number of side. Pentagon side is 5. If you press enter, what will be the answer? Sum of angles of rectangle is 540. But our polygon name is pentagon. Why it happens so? Here I have specified inside this double quote, I have given the string like this, rectangle. So in order to avoid this error, we are using like this. Specify the variable which gets stored that particular word, name of polygon A. So specify it using a comma. Okay, separated using a comma. Inside that specify the variable so that we can see the corresponding answer. Enter the name of polygon. I am giving hexagon. Number of side 6. So that our answer will be sum of angles of hexagon stored in A. So instead of A, we will get the word hexagon. Then again string is. Then instead of S, calculation will be done by the computer. That value gets stored in S. So we will get the corresponding answer as 720. So this is the program. Page number 50, activity 4.5. Sample program for finding sum total of the angle. So read that program. Okay. So this has to be found out and the value should be displayed using our programming instruction.
So hope you all clear about that eval and input function. So our basic programs are over. Next we are moving to another category of program by using a function called conditional statement. Okay, what do you mean by conditional statement? So we have done 3 main programs. So in that programs, they are all basic programs. We are entering something and based on that entered thing, they are doing some operations. Suppose if there is a condition occurs, like we are entering a score and a checking condition is occurring. So what we have to do? For example, you are writing your exams and it is out of, suppose it is out of 40. Computer exam is out of 40. Then based on what mark you are evaluating A plus, A grade, B plus, etc. For example, out of 40, if it is above 36, then we will get A plus. Above 32, we will get A grade. So there is a conditional statement occur. Based on one condition, we are examining something. So next program is based on examining the score. Activity 4.6 in your textbook based on conditional statement. For such checking condition, we are using a new function called if statement. If is a conditional statement. For what if is used? To check whether a condition is correct. For example, I will show the syntax how to write the program. If we have entered one score, we have entered one mark, it is stored in variable A. One variable, you can use any variable, there is no issue in that. So if that score greater than 35, then put a colon. Colon means what? 2 dots. So this is the syntax of writing if statement. So if the condition is correct, what should be displayed? You got A plus. So inside the print statement, what will you write? A plus. Or you can write you have got A plus or you are selected. Any things we can write in this print statement. So this is the conditional statement called if. For what if is used? To check whether a condition is correct. Okay. But in the previous program, we are entering some value. Based on that value, we will get the output. That is what operation or printing strings. But here, the content is that checking whether a condition is correct or not. So if I am entering mark 36. So what will be the condition? If 36 greater than 35, the condition is correct because 36 is greater than 35. So what will be your output? A plus. So to check whether a condition is correct, we are using conditional statement if. So that is what you are programming. Page number 51. You can see the program using if statement. So let's do that program. So it will be more understand about the conditional statement called if. Okay. So let's do that program.
Now we are moving to next program, page number 51 in your textbook. Activity 4.6, examining the score. So we can use a new function called if function. If is used as conditional statement. So let's start typing that program. A is equal to eval of input of means that bracket I am saying. Put a bracket in double quotes, type the sentence, enter your mark. Okay, anything, any sentence you can give. Colon for in order to make that attractive. Close that double quote. Close 2 bracket because here we have opened 2 bracket. So close that 2 bracket. Here it means that input function is used to type something or give the value. In order for that, we are using input function. Based on this value, evaluation takes place. That's why we have given here eval function. Okay, so evaluation, whatever operation we are doing here, mathematical operation, always specify eval function. Instead of that, we are typing some words or letters, for example, triangle, rectangle. So if you are giving a string like that, no need to give this eval function, because no evaluation is going to happen according to that triangle, rectangle, Don Bosco. No evaluation or no mathematical operation is going to happen. So in such cases, no need to give this eval function. But while we are entering some mark or digits, specify this eval function. Based on that function, evaluation takes place. Now we are going to specify a new conditional statement called as if. Type the variable if, type the function if, then put a space, then specify a greater than 80. Okay, a means what? Whatever mark we are entering here will get stored in the variable a, isn't it? So that variable we are specifying here. So if that value greater than 80, then give a colon. Colon means 2 dots. It is the inbuilt syntax of conditional statement if. You must study the statement by heart, otherwise the program may not work properly. Okay, so if, put a space, specify the variable given here a. You can use any variable. A greater than 80, put a colon, then press enter key, so that you can see the cursor is blinking after a tab space. Okay, so then type printing statement, print, put an open bracket, in double quotes give the statement you are selected. Okay, you are selected, close the double quotes, close the bracket. So this is the conditional statement program. What does it indicate? If the entered score or entered mark is greater than 80, then the displaying message will be you are selected. Now we can run the module, then click on OK. Then the corresponding Python shell, the question will be enter your mark. So I am entering mark as 90. If you press enter key, what is the answer or what will be the output? You are selected. So here 90 score, we can enter that score by using input function, and based on that 90 score it gets stored in the variable a. Because of this eval function, here this condition will get evaluated if 90 greater than 80. So the condition is correct because 90 is greater than 80. So if it is greater than 80, then printing statement you are selected. Then we have to display you are selected.
So hope you all clear about this session. So in today's class we have discussed about 2 small program. One is how to find the sum total of angles of a polygon by using the equation s equal to n minus 2 into 180 by using the same function eval and input function. And the second program was examining the score to check whether you have scored above 1 mark, to check whether if that statement is correct by using a conditional statement called if statement. By using if condition, we can check whether a condition is correct. Okay, so these are the 2 programs which we have discussed in the today's class. So now we have done this program. If this condition is correct, then print some output. So what will occur if the condition is incorrect? If the condition is wrong, how to do this programming instruction? Here you can see the condition is a greater than 35. If that entered score is less than 35, what will be our output? So we can use another conditional statement. So that section will be discussed in our next class. Okay, so write and study all this programming statement. The syntax, you must follow the syntax. If you forget to give this colon, you won't get the answer. Your program shows error. So always follow the syntax. It must be studied in by heart. Okay, so write and study the programs. So we'll see in the next class. Thank you and have a nice day.